people know about Bloomberg's cut to the education budget. Anyone know the number?
6,000 teachers.
6,000 teachers. What's the overall cut to the education budget?
475,000.
Yeah, there you go. Mark's got it. $461 million cut to the education budget overall. That includes 6,000 teachers. And that's what that's going to do is raise class sizes. Now the average is around 23. It's probably going to go up to something like 28 if the cuts go through. And we know what happens. My daughter is here, Sonia. She's 6 years old. She goes to kindergarten in the Bronx, and her kindergarten class is conducted in a trailer. She has about 28 students in the trailer. Okay, so the problem is cuts are coming from the federal government, cuts are coming from the state government. The city is increasing its contribution, but the contribution is going somewhere, and it's not going to public education, into the public education system. Where is the education money going? Anyone know?
Consultants.
Consultants, and the consultants work for charter schools. So the amount of money in the Department of Education budget that's going to charter schools has increased from 1.1 billion, and by the end of this budget, it'll be 2.6 billion dollars. Funneled, what's that? Yeah, funneled out of the millions. Sorry.
No, but even so.
Funneled out of public schools into charter schools. That's right. Big profits in the construction budget, big profits in administering the schools. All of that money could be going into the public education system, but it's not. It's being funneled out. And we see the consequences. For example, 77% of the students that graduated from New York City public high schools weren't ready to go to college. That's the outcome of a system that's being defunded by money going into the charter schools and away from the public schools. So let me talk a little bit about the work that I do. I work with GED students in Brooklyn. Now the overall rate for the GED exam is around 50% in New York City. So if you walk in, take the test, you got a 50-50 shot. Not very good. But if you go to my program in Brooklyn, Turning Point educational program, and you go through the whole program, your percentage pass rate is 90%.
What's the name of the program?
Turning Point?
Turning Point, yeah.
It's in Sunset Park in Brooklyn. You have a 90% chance of passing a GED exam. And we'll teach students through 4 different levels of classes headed towards the exam. Now, we get money from the Department of Youth Services. A lot of our money comes from there. And that budget is being cut. It used to be $5 million. There are 260 programs for GED, for English as a second language. They get money from the Department of Youth. And it used to be $5 million. But in Mayor Bloomberg's budget, it's proposed to be cut to $2.5 million. So now the 260 programs that are educating people that have been displaced by the education system are going to have to do with about half of what they got before. All right, let me get to my stump problem. Here's the man.
Stump speech.
This is my stump speech about my stump problem. Right here. Here he is, the man himself. My question to you is, what would you do if you got paid $8,500 an hour every moment? And not only that, his company got $122 million from New York City for the honor of doing business here. So all of the money that could have, remember the numbers here, right? $122 million. The fund that my program draws from got cut by $2.5 million. So just a little portion of the money that went to this bank could have funded GED programs for hundreds of students. Now, how much do you pay in taxes? What percentage do you pay?
Not much.
About 37%, right? About 37% of your money comes out and goes to taxes. Now the question is, how much money did Wells Fargo pay last year?
Less than zero.
Oh, zero's too much. Zero's saved for people like General Electric. Wells Fargo was much more generous. They paid a whopping 10% tax rate. So while I'm paying and you're paying 37%, while we're paying money on every piece of food that we buy, all kinds of sales tax, these fellows pay 10%. And for the honor of paying 10%, they get that $122 million bonus from New York City. So that's why we're here today. We're here to tell you about this. We want you to bring this back to your community. And the May 12th Coalition is willing to come to your community, your church group, your union, wherever people in your community get together. We want you to bring this message to them.